Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin.
In the beginning, the immortal was murdered. Leaving the divine corpse in a shallow grave, the traitor gods spread throughout our fair land. Youngest of these is Pestilence, Father Plague, Herald of the Final Days and High Lord of the Plaguescape. He is a creature whose very presence demands opposition, whose call can only be answered with our own. Bring out your dead! Tell me, little gravedigger, how will you bury yourself?
I need something to fiddle with.
I almost spilled my rocket lolly. That's I'm looking forward to the 10-hour Nyan Cat remix of that going out on the YouTubes any day now. They can't hear us.
Bugger all. Yeah, welcome to the lovely thing that is internet technology.
That's why you need a tech guy like Mike and Jay behind me there.
As I was saying, whoever thought of 10-hour cuts in the first place? I mean,
I imagine somebody from YouTube who just looked at it and went, can you imagine how many adverts we could put in that?
or somebody just did a test to see how large of a video file you can upload before YouTube goes, nah, not having that.
Also that.
Shingen Dutch, Hazy Boy, Dan Lee, Crispin, Ewok Kebab, and
Kebab. It's pronounced kebab.
Kebab, Hazy Boy, and Orinoco Soap. I think I've got all right now. I don't know. Maybe.
If he hasn't, it's because he hates you.
Yeah, I hate all of you. I thought that has been established knowledge by now. So, for everybody wondering, Caesar's Doom song, Lord Have Mercy Upon Us Kickstarter is live now, and you should go and back so that the poor bugger gets some sleep finally again. They're always almost halfway there, so just put in a bit of money.
Oh,
Or more, depending on what you want. Japanese world record masturbating champ. Nope.
okay, yeah. Over 10-hour cut was made for him. Well done, that man. But I mean, I discovered recently that somebody set a world record for counting from 1 to 1 million.
In regards of how fast can you go?
I don't know. How long do you think it took him to count from 1 to 1 million?
Months, I guess.
I think it was 89 days.
Oh God.
So I can't fathom. Clearly, they couldn't have gone without sleep for 89 days.
No.
Is it really a world record if they have to fucking wake up and keep going? I mean, that just seems like somebody counting to 1 million. It's just a bit dull.
Yeah, but then again, there's been sports, quote unquote, that have been
Sports.
nothing but sitting on a pole for weeks.
Doesn't sound like a sport. Sounds like a prostate massage. Doesn't sound like a sport. Right, you jam, you mad, can't you?
Yeah, there's I'm not sure if there's even an English translation for it, but they
I just told you what it was. It's prostate massage.
not. It's a pole big enough to sit upon, not have it inserted into your rectum.
So you say.
Yeah, people have been sitting in parks for weeks and months and years back.
Pole sitting was a thing ages ago. Hermits used to do that. I know that.
Yeah, and at some point somebody
Went, these mad old crazy bastards, we should do that as a sport.
Yeah, and then they started putting up 10s, 20s of poles in a public space, and people start sitting there for days and weeks. Don't ask me why or how. It's just it became a phenomenon for a short time.
Normally, and if I suddenly evaporate, it's because I'm pretty certain I fucked my hard drive the other day, and every now and again it likes to remind me it's still there.
As long as it doesn't scream your name. Hello, Jamaskuts.
You know,
Typing it.
it's one of those things. It's just my backup, so it's not what I run the PC on. But I've imagined if it fails, the PC may decide to have a moment to itself to mourn the loss of its brother. I don't know. Currently, I've got Amazon open in the other window, and I'm going, "Oh, let's just buy a fucking SSD to replace it." You know,
Yeah,
it's been there for a while now. It's hung on in there rightly, the mad old fuck. But anyway, was there pulsating in the Ace Ventura 2? They made a sequel. I've still not seen the first one. Jesus, they need to slow down with this relentless release
movies.
of Ace Ventura movies. Christ on a bike. I was telling people in the House of Water, #BestHouse, that I've seen John Wick 4. For people who haven't seen John Wick 4 and want to, just watch it. Okay? He'll get in a boat at one point and be taken through a tunnel. And once he gets off the boat, just fast forward it until you're 10 minutes from the end. You won't miss anything in that intervening 80 or so minutes. It's just a perpetual fight. By this stage, you'll already have sat through 90 minutes of quite a lot of fights. But from that point on, it's just nothing but pew, 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 punch, 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 fall out of stuff. And nothing can stop him. He's relentless. He's like Bruce Willis in those fucking Unbreakable movies. He's just a superhero. 4-story floors mean nothing to him. He can just plummet out of them. So just do yourself a favor, skip all of that, because quite frankly, it gets built. At no point did I think action movies could become dull because there was too much action. But when there's no risk, we know he's getting to the end, and it's just relentless, constant. Grab somebody in like a figure 4 leg lock and roll over, and then shoot them in the head, and then roll out again, and do it again, and then do it again, and do it again. At one point, he gets to a set of stairs because I was just skipping 5 to 10 minutes at a time, going, "Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?" Finished with that bit. Okay. Oh, now he's at the Arc de Triomphe. Skip. 10 minutes there. Oh, he's finished with the Arc de Triomphe. That was good. Skip. Oh, and he gets to a set of stairs, and he fights his way up them for, I shit you not, 7 minutes. and then get kicked all the way back down them. And the whole idea is he has to get to the top of this in like 3 minutes, and that was 7 minutes earlier. This fucking fight sequence goes on longer than the amount of time he had to get to the top of the stairs to do the thing. And then he goes, oh, and then like his friend helps him up, and he goes back up the stairs and fights some more people on his way back up. It's just like, please, Jesus, I know you want this to be a big spectacular end for him, but quite frankly, this is the dullest thing I've ever had to sit through.
That sounds a bit like a reenactment of Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah. Oh, it's very much a live action version of Snakes and Ladders, but without the frenetic, fast pace movement of Snakes and Ladders, just drawn out instead. Yeah, Gene Wilder in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was. I mean, just the boat trip in and of itself was more frenetic and shocking than that last. I mean, it's a great 90-minute movie. It just runs for 3 hours. And they filled it with there's no plot. Let's just keep putting action sequence after action sequence after action. Please God, please stop.
So you're saying it's 3 hours for a 90-minute movie? That sounds like The Hobbit.
I cherish my ignorance on the Hobbit front because I've not seen it.
Yeah, don't bother.
But yeah, I wasn't planning on.
I'm still waiting for someone to do a decent cut down of all 3 bloody movies.
I mean, I think it's out there because I think we had this discussion at one point that somebody's done like a fan edit where they just cut them all down to one film, which makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
John Wick's got a spin-off TV series that's just about the hotel on Amazon. It's 3 90-minute long episodes. Essentially, it's a little trilogy of films, but it's just telling one story. It's quite good. I mean, it's not fantastic. There's some bits in it where you're going, yeah, sure, whatever.
Did you go into that hotel on the first or the second movie?
First.
So I'm pretty sure I've only seen the first John Wick.
Goes back in the second one. And then he goes in the third one. Doesn't go in the fourth one, but somebody else goes in it. The Kurgan goes in it in the fourth one.
I'm pretty sure.
He screams, "Better to burn out than fade away." Doesn't do that, but he could have. He might have done. You don't know. He did a fan edit. It was still too long. Wow. He basically cut everything that wasn't in the book and everything not from Bilbo's point of view. Wow. Well, that makes sense. It is, after all, Bilbo's story.
I mean,
that meant he got rid of the love story of the elf and the dwarf.
Oh God.
I've seen the memes. That in and of itself was enough to make me go, WT fuck.
Yeah, it's... when first I heard that he would make another Lord of the Ring-esque movie, I was, oh, nice. A trilogy. What source material on? The Hobbit. And I went into my room and I grabbed my copy of The Hobbit, which is a paperback, tiny, tiny booklet.
Teeny tiny. Smaller than Knights of Dark Renown by David Gemmell. It's like half that size.
If even.
Yeah, about half that size.
I was really asking myself, what have they done to that movie? I mean, yeah, you can have some creative freedom and stretch a small book to a movie. I mean, Stephen King does that all the time with his short stories, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that, Damon. But that it does take longer to watch than to read the book. 100%. I can see that going.
Especially if you start to fall asleep whenever there's a large battle that's not ending and is, frankly, not even that interesting most of the time.
Oh, well. We should do movie reviews. Nobody else in the world has thought about doing movie reviews.
We need to set up a cinema and then have live reactions.
We could do it while attempting to finish The Path of Conquest Armies for Mr. Plinkett every week. That'd be good.
Yeah, no comment.
Right, shall we have a look at things?
Yeah, let's go.
Can't we? We don't have to.
Yeah, but no, please.
I've done something in my thing, so now it has a giant 1 beside it all the time, and I don't know what's going on with that.
Horatio.
Oh.
The nosy blow.
No. Children. This project went on hold in October 2022, but since going on hold, he has returned several times last year, and now, as you can see, has interrupted his hiatus with a possibility of maybe returning us. So we should all go there and give him a gentle poke of encouragement.
Yeah.
Go,
Especially,
fuck's sake, finish your thing, you got to kill you.
especially since I had a email from him today saying that he had a very relaxing night of good sleep, so he should be up and ready, able to
Noise again.
make stuff.
Yep. Anyway, so if people haven't seen this before, the idea behind this was, an unusual jungleism. The jungle is massif.
Kokokui.
Yeah, what he said. And I mean, a lot of it was I've got random bits of shit sitting around and did the hard part of getting the basing sorted out and thinking up the theme. And then, I'm not going to say stopped abruptly, but there was a certain amount of break hittage. And the heavy lifting's been done. Like, colours have been picked out. Bases have been made. All you need to do is now paint the things. Paint the things so they look like those. And then stick them on those bases. Bam, you're done. I mean, that's 20 minutes work, tops.
I just love how you make it sound so easy.
I don't know. Hello, Emma. Hello, Andy.
Hello, Imala. Friends of General Hag.
Yes. So, yeah. Now he's moving again. A year after the last time. We just have to apply gentle pressure until they crack and do what I want them to.
And then do a battle report.
Yeah. Ignore things that say shit like, burnout. Because I don't want people to think that just because they're all burnt out doesn't mean you shouldn't apply gentle, friendly pressure.
Remember, if you pressure coal enough, it gets a diamond.
True, yep. 100%. It's the only way it works. But yeah, I'm curious to see where he goes. I also quite like the wee Vince video there about using the old speed paints to do fancy skin.
There's one thing that always annoys me on Vince's videos. I'm not sure how he...
Massive forehead.
No, it's... If he has the face on time and it's talking to the camera, the sound quality is god-awful.
It's worse, yes.
But the voiceover is grand. Why?
If I'm a betting man, and I'm not, but if I'm a betting man, I think whatever way he's got it set up, it's pulling the mic from the front camera when he flips to it.
That's the only reasonable possibility.
The main camera isn't, or the main setup is using a separate podcasty type mic that gives his normal proper voiceover. So that would be mine.
Yeah, I'm guessing something along those lines will be the case, but
maybe nobody's told them.
It's so annoying.
People told me my microphone was fucked on one of my videos years ago on YouTube, and I went, that's just how I sound, mate. And then 9 years later, I finally listened to it for more than 10 seconds. And after my initial 10 seconds, the microphone went because I never listened to any of my videos ever.
Neither
I just
do
checked the first 10 seconds to make sure, yeah, that's working, and then just upload it and walk away for the rest of my life. So somebody had been trying to tell me 8 years previous that it was unlistenable, the audio was fucked. And I'm just going, yeah, unlucky. It's just how I sound, matey boy. Ah, well.
Imagine you would really sound like that, like having a voice box.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? Sometimes I think I should go back to the old smoking, just so I can get myself one of those. Just do the whole, oh my God, they're coming right for us.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you can get one of those for free. That you would have spot on audio.
Oh, don't worry about the... I imagine that U-boat one's gone now because I killed my channel whenever YouTube went, we're going to show you adverts and you can't have an ad blocker. And I went, go fuck yourselves, and deleted my channel.
Well, there are still some videos on your profile.
And then doubled down on the old... is there?
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah, very, very much sure. And
Because it says I've got a new channel. I can't even type comments anymore. When was the last time you looked?
a week or so.
Oh, all right, no. This happened over the weekend. This
Oh,
was yeah. I went fuck yes. That's not happening.
well, that's a shame.
I resent any implication when give more money to Spotify, who I rarely use, but just that's how much YouTube annoy me.
Well, anywho's, shame for the Fugu project that's been going now.
Ooh, that's all right. I think I redid it on a jerry can at some point anyway. So
Yeah. Old Hammer Marine
weirdly, I
Mercenaries
found that
by
on my external
Firelock.
hard drive.
Oh,
The
right?
U-boat thing and Fugu. Yeah. We had a look at Firelock's orcs last week. I want to say we can't have a look at his ogres this week because they're not there. But it's a shame, really, because they're the plastic War Games Atlantic ones, and I haven't got around to getting any of those because I could do because I've got some ogres in an Imperial style like that in resin, so that I could fluff that out to full list. However, he does have some witch hunters, which is very, very much like that whole Doomsing thing, what you were trying to get people to sign up to.
Doom song.
Yep. All that are witches shall present themselves to the magistrates assembled in the court of the shire in which they dwell, and there be put to instant death.
Instant death is so boring.
It's like instant custard. You've got to whip that bastard for ages. I know it says whip it for 5 minutes till you get stiff peaks, but that's not how it works. Whip it forever.
Pistoleries.
I think that makes sense, Jam. Makes an awful lot of sense.
Yeah, YouTube is responsible, and on a greater scale, it's what's his face, Alphabet / Google / the cunts upstairs. Oh look, he's got a tiny toy kitchen in the background.
Sorry, I've had to
Lovely work.
temporarily look away from that. Okay, that SSD will be with me tomorrow. Just hold together. Hear me?
Hang in there.
Feel like Han Solo now. She'll hold together. Hear that? Hold together for me. Anyway, so yes, 2 sets of witch hunters, including that one from, I think, the assault group. I really like the witch hunters, and I'm not entirely certain where the other ones came from. The instant deathing witch hunters, what we've seen first off. They're quite nice. They have a chunky, robust feel to them that leads me to believe that they may be some form of
Knights.
no. Well, actually, they have a very Reichsguard look, but then the heads wouldn't work. They may be 3D printed. I don't know. If only there was some way we could ask.
Yeah, it's a shame. Flying
Okay.
shame.
If only. I really like the one with the bandolier of stakes as well, and the hammer ready. They're fucking welling it in there. I can't imagine that they do, but I mean, it's a very witchfinder looking fellow. So ignore the horse. I'm sure the horse is a GW horse that's been platinum upon. But you're curious now, aren't you, Andy? You're curious.
Solid sculpt from the assault scoop. All metal and weights a ton.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there are Ewok. Tag have dwarves and stuff. Have I missed that? I can't have. But at the same time, whenever I go to the assault group, I'm not going looking for fantasy. So that's probably why. So I may have to. I mean, I say I may have to revisit it. I won't revisit it ever,
Well, at least I'm pretty
I've
sure
got
now
enough.
that the pictures in the first entry aren't loading correctly because
Oh yeah.
they're
Oh no,
busted.
yeah, that's neither here nor there. Don't you worry about that. That's only
They're broken.
There may even be some sort of gentle hint to him that they're broken as well.
I think Horatio has done so.
Go straight to the Renaissance section. Do not pass go. Exactly, 100%. That is how you visit that site. Go straight there. Don't move around a lot. Get in. On a witch hunter / witch finder general style. On October 31st for Halloween, I'll be off watching the Sudbury Devil.
Oh,
So
God. It'll be horrible.
that'll be great. It means I won't be here. So
Yeah, I guessed as much, and I'm preparing stuff in order to scare
all
people.
witch hunters. All witch hunters all the time. Huh.
Nope,
I'm gonna stop looking at that.
the
I've just
SSD's still
I've
not
just
there.
bought SSD, so can't buy those now. I've got 2 fucking Kickstarters to back: the multi-award-winning Moonstone and the possibly multi-award-winning Doom Song. Oh,
Oh, potentially. Also, if you haven't, grab the free rules, lads and lasses. Read stuff up on decide if you
it
want.
doesn't come like that. It comes in all horrible digital.
Yeah, but it's the glory of having printers at work, making it all nice and shiny.
Oh, Jill. Tag Empire stuff would be great for the Italian Wars. Yeah, it all goes full circle there, Andy, doesn't it? The Italian Wars spawned the Empire, which in turn spawns other companies making their own Empire-adjacent stuff, which then can be used for the Italian Wars. Cyclical. Fantasy
It's
and
a circle of
historics.
life. Hello, Jill.
It's
Welcome to
symbiosis.
our
It's good, it's
weird
good time.
little hobby exploit.
Anyway.
Hobby
So,
exploit by Shingen.
yeah. Now, they've been painting those infinity things. What, like the kids have?
Shazvasti Korax hushed.
Sure. But really, we're here because if you look at the 4th picture in the top row there, I'm fairly certain he's got a dwarf handbag. And I want to know where in the infinity lore they have dwarf handbags. Look at it. He's got a little mustache, the big nose, he's got the armored thing, it's all gold. It's incredibly dwarven. If Ben was here, Ben would back me up on this. It's a dwarf bag. Yeah, exactly. 100%. So why is some sort of crazy space alien from Infinity carrying a dwarf handbag?
Made from real authentic dwarf.
Probably. I mean, makes sense to me when you think about it. Anyway. So yes. Shingen's been doing these with inks and speed paints.
Hey, hang on. The cats are trying to get in.
Cats are trying to get in. Have you tried setting a dog on them? You'd need to buy a dog. He's wandered off. He can't hear me. Same
I
sculptor.
can't hear you,
Are they?
bloody wanker.
Oh, that's okay. I'd hate to have said buy a dog to set on the cats and you not to have heard me. Anyway, some sort of terrier. They're quite annoying, vicious, yippy.
Oh.
It would bark a lot. That would annoy me.
If I
Then
wanted,
you'd have to get something to set on the dog. Oh,
if I wanted one of those, I would just borrow my brother's Chihuahua.
cats in the bag, dwarf bags in the river. Don't be a 2-time loser, Sydney. Sweet smell of success. Classic Tony Curtis and Burt Lancaster. Anyway, you should all go and watch that after this if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I do like the paint job because the inks are really fucking poppy. I mean, super poppy. Some of them have had additional pin washes and bits and bobs going in afterwards. While you're there, since we can ask you, how long did the paint job take to do then on the inky, contrasty, speed painty people? Was it faster than normal, or did you end up just sort of spending as much time doing all the et ceteras afterwards? And I know there's like a 30-second delay, so we'll scroll on while typing those. Oh, you've jumped past his buildings and straight into his biker. Hello,
Yeah,
bike.
because the building is a horrible, terrible 3D printed thingamajig. Not giving that any more screen time than it's needed.
1.5 hours per mini. That's really fucking good for the way they come out. Really fucking good.
Is that Bumblebee?
Sure. Why not?
From that terrible movie.
With Orson Welles.
No, not that one. The more recent one. Yeah, I think this was the last time we were here when we looked at
Oh yeah,
his
we were looking at the
spacey
SS
ships.
Tangier.
Free break for everybody.
Yeah. Look at the size of that beast. It was amazing. Am I
With the Volvo
dreaming?
signs.
Did that have its own project as well? I think
Potentially.
it probably did.
Yeah, more pictures can be found here, project.
Yeah, that's what I see. I do pay attention. Sometimes it looks like I'm not because I'm too busy drinking, but
And
do pay
watching
attention.
football.
I'm not always watching football. It's international break at the moment. It's dull as fuck. Roll on this weekend in the Merseyside derby. See whether or not VAR can not fuck us over for once.
The bike
Shut
looks like
up,
something from Heresy Miniatures, I'd guess. If it's not. Might be.
Is it because of the boobs?
No, but the Akira-esque style of the actual motorcycle.
Oh, you should take a look at the rest of the Infinity motorcycles if you want to see Akira-esque.
Do they draw heavy inspiration?
I mean, maybe a little bit, has to be said. A little bit.
Almost nothing.
Yeah, almost nothing. But yeah, this is one. I keep looking at my Infinity stuff whenever I go into the roof loft, every now and again, staring at me from their boxes. And I keep thinking that this is the way to go. Either speed paints or inks over a Zenith to do the heavy lifting and then use some oil washes or enamel washes, because there's a lot of very fine but crisp detail in the metals. Obviously less so in the CO cast. Soup. Just remind him that CO cast is a thing that isn't going away. But yeah, just to get them painted more than anything else.
Oh, poor soul. Steelcast sounded so promising.
It still does. Someday they might make it work.
Yeah, but as I understand it, the amount of work you have to put in before actually getting good results will probably make some companies just not bother with it and just crank out whatever they have, and you get mediocre pieces.
Yep.
If at all.
Also, yes. That too.
Ah.
Yeah, Zoid. That's pretty much where I was going for it, because I've got what have I got? I think I sent a Pano Force to Amanda, so I don't have them anymore. But I've got US Adriana, JSA, who are super fantastic great, and Nomads. And color-wise, they're all, like everything Infinity has got a very striking color scheme. I was just like, I'm not even going to deviate. Nomads, red and black, fucking happy days. US Adriana, all their greeny camo gear, fucking bring it on. And then Yuching, super fantastic great. Grey, white and red. Bish bash bosh.
Steelcast is still way better than Failcast.
Oh, fuck
James,
yes.
That's a very low bar.
I mean, that is true, but
I
just discovered the other day I've got a second Fieldcast model.
Oh, God.
It's behind the screen somewhere. It may or may not be part of a spider these days. Spider yesterday dropped from the ceiling. I didn't see it drop. I just seen something out the corner of my eye going past, and then I heard a thud. It was that fucking big. It made a thud when it landed on the mouse mat. And then it lived behind my monitor. And it came out once and I blew it and it went back behind the monitor again. So I think it just lives behind the monitor now. But they did that John Blanche Sister Battle. So I got that whenever they brought that out. I've never taken it out of the box because I know it's Failcast and I've no intention of ever doing it. But a long time ago, I cut several Sisters of Battle models that were laid into bits, attempting to sculpt my own. And
Didn't go well.
it went very badly wrong. Fuck is it? What's that? Oh man, it's Windows 7. That's weird. Don't worry about that.
Starting to making actual archaeology in your room.
I've got James May's Man Lab book there as well. There's
I always
there's some
imagine.
Estonians with their pet ferret that's no longer with us.
I always imagine when you go up to your loft that there's the miniatures are crying out, "Paint us, build us."
No, they wouldn't. Why would they cry that out?
Why not?
See-
It's the
see
sole
fact-
purpose of existence to be being built and painted.
No, but I have found a pair of glasses though, which is good because I'm. No, it's not back there. I do have a second. The first one I got was Krell Lord of the Undead because I didn't have a Krell Lord of the Undead, and it was a really nice sculpt. That was like one of the very first released in Failcast, and I got it. And after about 3 days of trying to get the axe to be straight like an axe should be, it went in a box, never to be looked at again. It's just like, fuck that. Anyway.
However, did that make past quality control?
They don't have quality control. You ship it out, and if somebody complains, then you replace it. You've got the old metal one. I wasn't collecting Fundead back when my brother did Fundead whenever they were doing the stuff in metal, because I remember him painting Bobo the Clown. Well, that's his name. His name is Bobo the Clown.
Night Runner is doing shoppy practice. American Civil War.
Yep, this is just here to remind Shay that American Civil War is a thing.
Shay, remember.
Shay. Hello, Shay. Is Shay there?
We know you listen in.
He likes to watch. Ha 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 ha.
Pervert!
I even give him his bases today, so he can theoretically base his whole army, plus some spare.
Theoretically.
Well, Nogbad the Bad sent enough infantry for us to do like an extra 12 brigades each. 6 with command, 6 without, is the way I divvied them up. So if he wants to build the ones without commands, he'll need more bases. I thought that was Shay Watch there for a moment. It's like eyes on Shay. Yes, Gary Morty's Nagash is indeed Bobo the Clown. That's his name. It's his very real name. Anyway, but this is quite nice because obviously it shows what you can do. I mean, most people will have picked up a box of Hat or Zvezda or Tallery or any one of the hundreds of 1/72/20mm soft plastic figures over the years. I've got some Zulus and British colonial troops. Go figure. And generally everybody looks at them and goes, there's not much detail on them. They're a bit shit. And I think this shows there's actually plenty of detail on them if you can be arsed. Just most of us these days can't be arsed. Look, Animal Farms. Look at the pig pen and everything. Look at them.
Big Pen is to me a very lovable character from the Peanuts.
Yeah, but I mean, he's responsible for a lot of urinary tract infections on a lot of the girls. Peanuts.
I'm not sure that ever happened on the Peanuts I watched.
Pretty sure it did.
Uh,
Yeah, just saying. Zulus,
Nice.
No, 4 boxes of Zulus, and I've 2 boxes of British Colonial. However, I think you got around 100 miniatures. It was like 96 miniatures per box. So weirdly, I've got more in 28mm, and they're painted. I'm fucked up as that. But still,
How did that happen?
fucking years and a lot of swearing. That's how that happened. Anyway, so yeah, the Confederacy and his little farmy animals are great. I really like the farm animal set as well. Just for
Decoration.
decoration / objectives. You know, sometimes you've got to send people off to go and rustle some cattle. You've an awful lot of men to feed when you're on the march, and when, you know, Sherman is coming right up your shit pipe, you need to drive all the cattle away and burn whatever's left before the Army of the Potomac marches on through there. So it's good. It's good times.
Yeah, it's a nice little work in progress.
Do they? That's interesting. Does it come with a bear? Not talking to you.
Bear with me.
I see what you did there. Anyway, so yes. So Shay, paint your men like that. Put that amount of detail onto your 6mm. You might.
Oh,
You don't
God.
know. There's no way to know for certain.
Poor Shay, poor Shay. We hardly knew you.
Well, shit. Anyway, yeah. And his little towel crop fields as well are really nice. So there's a lot going on in this. I appreciate it. I appreciate it for its frugality and tutorialness. Which is why I have a couple of big towels that I always keep on hand for cutting into bits to make things with. Well, you know.
So
It's good texture. It's good texture. Sharp.
Where do you go now?
Yep. We go to hell. Go to hell, you die.
Pathetic berserker. I thought he was finished on his project.
Yes, but as anybody who's seen my Silver Bayonet playthrough with Shay, where we got attacked by those big bats, they released what was called the Big Box of Evil. It's like a second Hellboy Kickstarter expansion thing where they had more stuff in a bigger box. So, oops.
He needed to paint more.
Back to it.
Oh,
So-
I love the paint job on the fur here.
Oh, the wolves are really nice. Yeah, that's a level of coloration and detail that I was aiming for on mine, and then unfortunately I discovered that I only had 3 days to paint the fucking miniatures, so they didn't get it. They might get it now because they were all mine, so I'll bring them home and then fucking put them back in hell. Annoyingly, they're the only thing in the Hellboy box painted now, so I now have to paint the rest of the Hellboy box, and I've been ignoring that for years.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're used to it by now.
Well, whether they are, they aren't. That's all they're getting. But
I love that they gone with the look-alike from the Hellboy movie with Ron Perlman and not the other one.
yeah, they went with the cartoon / comic book because that's what they had the rights for.
Well, maybe then Mr. What's his face? I just had his name.
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman looks more similar to Hellboy than the other lad, which I can't even remember.
Yeah, it's who do we call him? Oh, from the things. He's done stuff. He was a corrupt cop in a film once. David Harbour. Is there a H?
Oh, look, luchadors.
We'll never know. There's no way to find out. Never
Oh,
know.
Quest for Fire, Crispin, you're reminding me of grand movies.
He also looks like a cat, which helps Jill. I suppose that's good.
Well, that helped him for sure in that old TV series, which
Beauty and the Beast.
total Beauty in the God.
Yep.
My mother watched that religiously
Played the beast.
way back in the day.
Giants and everything. To the fight at the start of the first Hellboy into a bolt action. Pulp. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, you should do. Why not? There's some really weird shit going on. It's even got Rasputin. It's great. It's all good. But yeah, I really like this for a couple of reasons. Reason the first, it means I don't have to paint my own. Reason the second, while you're looking at the big comic book image there's another Hellboy paint job on the site. I can't remember who did it. It was a long time ago. But they painted it all like the comic book with the really harsh black shadow. And it looked fantastic. I was going, I should do all mine like that. But it takes a lot of fucking effort. And seeing somebody else paint them just in regular painting without going, it's based on a comic book, ergo I need to add all of these big chunks of black comic book, suck all the light out of the room, shading and shit. And it was going, yeah, no, don't need to do that. Just paint them normally. Or, like I say, don't paint them at all. Just look at these and think, ooh, if my miniatures were painted, they would look kind of like that. Then I can just move on with my life. Play with my own painted miniatures. It's good. Yeah, that type of thing. Ewok. There's a lot of different names kicking around. The comic book style, where it's literally, I think it's actually the proper name for it is chiaroscuro, isn't it? There's no, you don't do shades. You don't fade from black to white. You go from white to black in one step. Hard, harsh black shadows. So it's like that. Does it have Lobster Boy? It does have Lobster Johnson. I've got one behind me, actually. I've got two, because I've got the one from the box set, and then they did a special comic book version as a con exclusive, which I picked up at UKG. I think it was like my only purchase at UKG. No, it wasn't actually, because I bought some Moonstone, because it's multi-award winning.
And better for it.
Like the Batman animated series, exactly like that. Yep. Anyway, so yes. So there we go. Some Hellboy stuff, making me think about Hellboy. I watched the David Harbour Hellboy over the weekend again, because I'd watched it when it first came out and went, this is shit. And I rewatched it and still shit, which is disappointing. Much closer to the comics, just very bad. There's a lot of pause for laughter. You know, they say a witty, funny line, and then they wait for everybody to laugh. Except none of the lines work. So there's no laughter. So it means they've just said a shit joke, and then you're waiting for the story to move on, and they're waiting for the audience to stop laughing, and it just feels bad. It's like watching a stand-up die on stage.
Maybe if you get the DVD version, there will be an additional audio track with a laughing track like in the old TV shows.
Oh, that would be good. Just add canned laughter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Can you imagine?
That has potential. Right off the bat. That has a fucking lot of potential. I could quite happily do that.
That's one of the things that absolutely blew my mind when I learned that MASH had a laugh track.
In America?
Yeah.
Yes. Really weird. Why would you ever do that?
And I was going, wait, we are having a series about a war going around and doctors having nervous breakdowns, and you have a laughing track?
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, he's not bad in Hellboy. Kebab. In fact, it's got Lovejoy in it as well. I mean, they're both good. It's just not good.
Oh, Demon Sub.
It's bad writing and poor editing. Doesn't really help.
Demon Sub has a great suggestion. Use Batman 60s theme tune playing during fighting scenes.
Well, that'd be cool. Why not both?
And then you could also insert the comic going pow.
Let's not go too far now. Let's not be hasty. Although you could cut them out on 2 bits of coloured paper and put them on the end of
a stick,
barbecue skewers, and just hold them up in front of the screen yourself while it's playing.
Oh yeah. Hello, Nick. Welcome.
Hello.
So after being pathetic, where we go now?
We go here.
Oh no, he's not looking too healthy.
He's great, don't worry about it. Now, I did say after the first time where we had just poor old waterlogged Heinrich in the marshes, oozing, thinking he's still a paladin and wanting to go home. I've got to really hope there's more. And lo and behold, there is. Better than that, though. Each one is accompanied by a ridiculous bit of backstory. And I love that. I love it so much. Gustafsson, the vermin, is he's just great. So, I mean, there's so much going on there.
Yeah, I do remember the poor sod coming out of the swamp.
Because remember, he doesn't know he's a zombie. He thinks he's perfectly normal, as is other people. So whenever he goes up to meet Gustafsson there for the first time, and I can't stretch this enough, the rat man, who shall I parley with? There's a flourish amongst the massive rats as they synchronize a wave of miniature rat arms before falling, bowed to the soggy ground. It is I, Gustafsson, who leads this party. Stood before him was a portly rat on its hind legs, hands on hips, looking thoughtfully into the middle distance, chin high and chest puffed in triumph. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, good and brave sir. And I bowed low. I make my way to the kingdom of Swivelton, drawing a mercenary army to me on behalf of my liege, King Chicken Caesar II. We shall march then upon the evil powers of the dark swamp. Will you join me in my quest? Gustafsson, visibly moved by this, eyes glazed and sparkling out pools of stagnant water. We will follow your quest, brave Sir Knight, and die by your side if we must. And I just imagine, while he's just talking, that the rats are just going, it's just imagining both sides of the conversation, and then they just follow him to, anything if we're getting killed. Anyway, so yeah, the addition of Gustafsson and some
Don't walk away from me, young man.
And a work in progress from Mummy Dearest coming next as well. Right. Eldritchy, fucking knocking out of the park. Still have no idea where this is going to end up. It's just I found some models kicking around and I've decided to use them all. Who knows? I'm pretty certain that Skaven is from the old Advanced Hero Quest. It has that look.
So is the Mummy, isn't it?
No, the Mummy is from actual Hero Quest, I think. I don't believe Advanced had that Mummy styling.
Well, maybe he's just...
the original definitely did. So I think he's just been debased. Whereas the Skaven for Advanced Hero Quest came on slotted.
Oh, speaking of bases, Jerry,
Yes.
Question of what you call faith.
Yes, only square.
Basing miniatures not intended to use as play piece, just pure decorative.
Yes.
Are round bases acceptable at that point?
Who cares? Who cares what you do?
Just asking because I ordered Grand Moff Tarkin today.
Grand Moff Tarkin in his little slippers.
Yes.
Nice.
The picture that Taurus shared on Discord, I've seen that and go, I need that. I need to have that one.
If people aren't on Discord and haven't seen it, somebody has 3D sculpted Tarkin as he was on the set.
Set accurate.
Where he refused to wear the boots because they were too tight and pinched his feet, so he just wandered around with carpet slippers on. So his trousers, although I'm fairly certain they've got the legs rolled up on his trousers, so you can see more of his calf, and I don't think he went that far. I think he just put slippers on.
He did.
Did he? Did he have the legs rolled up at all?
I tried to find color references for the slippers because I thought the greenish color was wrong. And there are a few pictures showing him on set with rolled up legs.
That's even better then. I've never bothered looking for it. I just knew he wore slippers, so it was just like, yeah, you do you.
It's just the square coffee pot or teapot in his hands is just the icing on the cake.
I imagine it was tea. I can't see him.
Guess, yeah.
Can't see him giving in to the old colonies with their love of coffee.
I'm just hoping the miniature arrives soonish.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
Talking about time and telling, what's the time on the next project?
Grand Moff Tarkin died instantly when the first lightsaber was lit. Did he? Hey.
Brewer 1980.
Speaking of tea and coffee.
Let's have a brew. So this looks like Games Workshop stuff, but it says Saga, so what?
Well, this is his plan to play Saga, but actually play Warhammer. But he doesn't want to play Warhammer and can't be arsed building an army, so he's playing Saga instead. So these may look like Beastmen, but I assure you in actual fact that these are Vikings. And that makes that a unit of Hearthguard, possibly with Dane axes, based on the size of the fucking things. I do like the bit where he sees things my way.
Okay, I'm convinced.
Yeah. I tried to
20.
put my Beastmen on 25mm bases. They're too small. You know why they would have been too small? If you use squares. Because they came on squares. They fit squares. I will say, if anybody's wondering about GW bases and why it's so difficult to put things on it, it's because they're not the right size. I'm not even talking about shape here. This is something GW have been doing since day one. So they deliberately went with a 3mm tall base that had a bevel around about 70 degrees, more or less. And the base size, so it says 20mm, 25mm, 28, 32, whatever, that's the size of the bottom of the base. But you lose about 3mm between the bottom and the top because of the bevel and the height. So you're trying to fit models onto something smaller than 20mm or 25mm. You're trying to fit them onto, something that's maybe 5mm smaller than the miniatures that they designed for them. So there you go. That's why you should play Clash of Space Fantasy as well. Yes, you should.
So that's why there's always a feet stacking.
That's why they're always sticking the fuck out. Because I swear to God, I'm positive the sculptors make them. Because especially with all the sort of CAD design stuff and shit like that, they're not made on bases, but I'm fairly certain they know the size of a 20mm base, and then they get packaged up with something that's 18mm or whatever it is. It's
17.5.
Yeah. Anyway.
I swore more than Jerry on an unofficial Hobby Hangout. That's a feature. I mean, depends on what episode.
Well, probably does. Let's say nothing. Anyway, the language out of her. You wouldn't hear that from a docker. Feckin' this, feckin' that. Ah, you would, Mrs. Doyle. They use very bad language.
Also, I'm still wondering why the XLBS gets censored.
Somebody complained. That's why it gets censored.
It's a paid-for service. For
yep. I watch it with my son / thing on a Sunday morning, and you swear too much. And at that point, Warren did what anybody does whenever somebody complains, which is bow to the pressure. We're the future. I would have said if you tried putting a pillow over your child's face.
I mean, let's be honest.
You don't even hold it until they're dead, just till they pass out.
There's barely any swear words in English young children wouldn't hear on telly.
I would love people to complain about the lack of swearing. I used to really enjoy the XLBS when they swore more, but now it's all beeps, and the beeps give me a headache. Or that being better, all the beeps from the swearing being beeped out give me a migraine. Good times.
I watched it before church. I can't have those saucy words that my son said when he eats the wafer.
That's true. They're very dry as well. It's a very dry wafer.
That's why you get...
You're going to say something like wine with it? You don't.
No. I was thinking about different things. Let's
Right.
not delve into that.
No, let's not. But before we go any further, so I went to a school run by nuns, and there was a convent with a chapel on the grounds, and occasionally we would be sent up there for various masses during the year. But occasionally, when you couldn't be arsed going to class, because they didn't lock the church or anything like that, that'd be mental. It was a good way to just, go and fucking hide for an hour or so, put the head down, let the hangover wear off or sober up. And me and a mate was in there one day, and we noticed there was a biscuit tin, and we opened the biscuit tin, and it was stuffed filled with communion wafers, where obviously they take them out and then put them into the various chalices and the like to be blessed during mass. So we just filled our pockets and ended up in the next class. We were just sitting there constantly eating, and somebody went, "Give us a sweet." So just reach back and just handed them a handful, and they opened their hand, and it's just filled with communion wafers. It's, what the fuck? Just go yum 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 yum. They're like Pringles. You can't stop at just one. They're great.
It's free food, for God's sake.
Fucking right. Get in there. They're very. Do you ever have those flying saucers? They were like a rice wafer dome, and then they had like a fizzy sherbet in the middle. They were like a penny sweet whenever I was a kid. No, they might be a UK or Ireland thing, but the wafers are made out of the same sort of stuff. They're like a rice wafer. So
Eva Kebab watches the crotch goblin, and she enjoys the XLBS. Well, that's a
even
A+.
weird train guy. I mean,
You ate one full Jesus.
there's a Fist of Fun episode, or maybe it was in the Fist of Fun annual, where Simon Quinlack, the Hobby King, is trying to work out who has eaten more Jesuses, him or his hobby opponent. And I can't remember the other guy's name, but Simon Quinlack had eaten like 7 3/4 Jesuses because he'd get like a list of all the different services that were being held over the weekend. I would go from one to the other, and he goes, if you get very good at it, you can time it right, so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. You can just arrive in time for the Jesus. But my opponent says he's eaten 8.5 Jesuses, except he goes to whatever Protestant church it is. I can't remember which one, which doesn't believe in full transubstantiation like the Catholic Church. They believe in partial. So really, he's only eaten 6.25 Jesuses. I am the Hobby King. And there was a picture of all the Jesus wafers stacked together to make a femur. It was good. It was good times.
Speaking of,
Red Ormo father, that would be a fucking belter. I mean, you wouldn't get away with it as an advert for Ormo, but you get away with it as a joke. Should we push on?
yes, please.
Right.
I'm dying.
Really dying for a drink after you've had like a handful of Jesuses.
Oh God, yeah.
Suck all the moisture out of your mouth.
Lorna is doing some weird stuff.
Oh, lots of weird stuff. We're going to start off with the Hive Colossus, which I'm fairly certain is an Umber Hulk. But he's called a Hive Colossus there, not an Umber Hulk.
He does look like an Umber Hulk.
Doesn't he then? It would be his big Umbry hulkishness. So that's how that works. I quite like that. Artisan Guild, that's one of those 3D printing places though, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, and this was the funny bit when he did the update where I was wondering why is he having the original basis and then making different things.
Yeah.
Until I realized, okay, he just had a picture of the basis and now he's making.
And then he was having to work them out himself. Now, Crispin, focus here, focus. I know it looks like he's been shaking white hot coconuts from the veiny tree of love all over that board, but I think that's actually some form of glue, and not that he's just spaffed all over it like a Chinese Olympian going for some sort of masturbatory record.
Well, if he is, well, that's some consistent output.
Yep.
That should be worth a gold button in its own.
The problem is, I mean, it's just you get the first one knocked out, and then maybe like you get the other one done for another 2, and then about 20 minutes into you're just thinking, there's nothing coming here. And then after you realise you've got to do like 50 of them for like a whole two forces. You just end up phoning the rape crisis line on yourself. I just can't stop. There's nothing coming out, but I can't stop.
This
I've
is
got
not.
bases to make.
This is the literal candidate for the gold butt plug.
So yeah. So, I mean, we were mostly here for the Umber Hulk, but since we were here, we may as well stop off at the Spaff bases. Spaffina. I did look at the weird shit he's put on them. I mean, click on. Do you see the three little fat fellas on the roundy base? Click on that and look at the guy on the back left and tell me he's not just finished basing something.
Which one should I be looking at?
Oh, the one who looks like he's just finished basing something. Invigilate him and look at the back left. Two of them look very bored with life, and the other one is just going, I can't do it anymore. I've done 4 bases and I need to stop. The pain in his face, the agony, and the accuracy.
Welcome to the Unofficial Hobby Hangout, where we talk about
true.
jizz-filled bases.
I'd say filled, layered, creamed, frosted.
Decorated.
Frosted basing.
Please do not add any toaster strudel thingies in the project. Jeebus Christ, butterscotch.
No. No. Who would? I mean, let's face it, nobody would watch this long enough to fucking censor it.
This is the only way I can keep Google from monetizing the video.
You know what that is? That's the sound of a tortoise
Yeah.
making some bases.
Oh, help.
The stars, people of the sun. Ah, good times. Good times. This is more Kingdom Death Monster, I think. You know, they look good.
Oh, look, a dragoon.
You've ploughed on into a whole other world of stuff. Look at that. It's that really happy dragon. Look how happy he is.
This is a dragon from some kind of toothpaste advertisement or dental care. Look how shiny it is. He's using Crest.
It's because he's just finished his basing. That's why he's got that big grin on his face.
Oh. You know what comes to mind now is a friend of mine once told me the DJ from the club I was working at, who was a rather large and dark and grim-looking gothic guy. Yeah, he sounds like a gerbil when having sex. Going eek. I'm never getting that out of my head. Every time I see him, I start to giggle. Thankfully, he never asked why.
Well, that's probably for the best. Probably for the best.
Oh, it's not showing up on camera. Shame.
Oh, what a shame.
Just look at this part.
Well, you can turn it round. There's multiple angles of that.
Oh,
You can look at it straight on. Straight on, and we can see it in all its glory. With his basing compound right out front.
He's the one doing the basing. Oh, sculptors, why?
Why? Because Adam Putz really loves doing all of the weird shit with the penises. There's quite a lot of penises in that game. Some people have whole cloaks filled with like 50 penises. Penisi. Penisessories. You've got to accessorize your penisy. It's good. It's good times.
Add a bit more purple gold button.
The thing is, people aren't going to see any of this for a long time because the project system's absolutely heaving with terrain. As you can see, I've made it my life's work to avoid most of the terrain stuff. But yeah, so this one is, I mean, it's one we've definitely been at, but we haven't been here in a while, and it's a fuckload. in the interim. So I did feel it was worth time having a look because, I mean, as absolutely batshit insane
And
as
I
the
really,
sculpts are, paint job's really nice.
I really appreciate you for bringing up that his bases look like they are covered in spunk.
Yeah.
Just to remind people how that looked. See, this is how you do basing.
I'd like to remind you that in this house we do not masturbate. We have 2 young girls, Chloe and Radcliffe. What if they come downstairs, find you hunched double on the sofa bed, pumping out basing material?
We need an OnlyFans special edition.
Special cherry can on basing on a budget. Okay, I'll give it a go. My only concern will be, I mean, we all know it's a persistent staining colour, but as to its adhesive qualities long term, I'm not sure there. So,
well, at least it's a biological decomposable compound, so it's environmentally friendly.
That's true. Maybe if I do something with old sock basing.
How to make snow? I have my sock. It's dry. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. Oh, please, let's go. We're going to go on to the next project.
You're not fun anymore. I remember when you used to be cool.
Gluing paper together, yeah. That's about it. Denzian does
That's his name, to wear it out.
Odd thing. A Bentley report. What's a Bentley report?
He has done a Bentley report for Avapa.
Alfonso versus Predator.
Makes sense. So this is a 400-point Avapa game. Now, I know he's got his stuff from a variety of places. I know what were Archon called before they were Archon? Prodos. I know Prodos did Avapa, and presumably that's the rule set he's using. I don't think he said anywhere else. So I'm just basing that solely on the Avapa. And the fact that it's not some sort of board game style. But it is what I love, a battle report. And it's a very short one, but it's done as a photo gallery, so you can read log at home, kids. As the 2 5-man colonial marine squads, a captain in power loader, and some colonialists were ambushed by a queen with 9 stalkers, 5 warriors, and spitters. And then they went out in the jungle.
And never came back.
Because the jungle is massive. So yes, Marines surrounded. A few of them managed to survive the incoming Xenos threat. That, I think, is my favourite one. At that point, I mean, maybe I'm just speaking for me, but if you're the captain in that power loader, surely you would be grabbing colonialist civilians by the neck and legs and just winging them at the aliens. Fucking stay away from me.
I think that's not working because the loader isn't moving fast enough to have acceleration.
You wouldn't need to. I'm sure once the aliens come running towards, the civilians will run naturally towards the colonial marines to protect them. At that point, fuck them.
Yep, but I mean, the actual movement of his arms to throw them again wouldn't work because they're too slow. He could use them as a club.
Oh, yeah, that works. In that case, you may as well just grab one by each arm and then just spin them around. Use them like flails, like some sort of shit colonial nunchuck.
Spin me
just
round.
Going everywhere like Lloyd after somebody swears. Anyway. Spoilers for the battle report. The stalkers ended up fucking them over. So, Marines lose after the Queen and the power loader exchanged blows. I imagine she beat it. I'm just saying, it didn't work in space. It's not going to work on the ground either. No. You use a power loader, you're just going to piss her off, and then she's going to stab you up.
I know you. I've seen you before.
Tell them you'll carry them to safety and then yeet. Yes. Yeet the colonist. Screaming Yabu sucks to be you.
Yeah, that's a nice little one. And when I watched a video of what's his face, MS Paints, he
Yes.
has a large collection of this game as well, and
Avapa?
Avapa, and he said this lander is a quite sought after model, which is very expensive.
I can imagine that. Because I know Crispin is a big fan of the Prudos Warzone miniatures, and I've seen those go for ridiculous prices as well. They were quite nice. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
As you say, zone discuss.
makes me always wonder why people start shelling out big cash for things they could have been buying prior and not have a game go away.
Well, in that case, it didn't go away because of lack of interest. It went away because the company very badly fucked it.
Ah, okay, that's
So,
that's not good.
yeah, they more or less had to pick through the bones of that company and re-go again from the start for someone bought the Prodos molds, didn't they? I don't believe so. Certainly not for Avapa, because they should have been smashed with a big hammer because they were all licensed stuff. Warzone maybe. Yeah, in fact it was so bad they renamed themselves. I don't know how many of the current Archon crop were around for Prudos, whether it's people at the very top or not. But essentially they foregrounded the whole thing. Rename yourself, start again.
I had to think what you mean
Probably
by
call it
foregrounded for a second, but then I remembered.
Because, sometimes things feel so badly that you've got to rename the company and go again. Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were all licensed, all destroyed. Yeah, that makes sense. Because the new Warzone one is foreground. Yeah, they're currently on Time Again, but spelled with a Y. So yeah, I want to say it's like that. So third time's a charm. Maybe they won't go broke this time.
And I think Big Ben has retired.
I believe so. He was semi-retired last time round. And then I think it was just, well, this is gone shit-wise. Weirdly, went out because of my hard drive, doing the hard drive thing. So my old external that I'd used the last time I upgraded my PC, so I backed everything up onto it, then transferred and moved across. So there's like 4 years or so since I plugged that fucker in, and I found a rake of Fabled Realms pictures. And I was like, I own those models. I've got at least one, if not two, forces of Fabled Realms in this room.
Somewhere.
I know where they are. Unfortunately, they're on the bottom shelf of that strata level back there, which means getting all the way past all of that. And that's not happening anytime soon. But I've booked a week off in November where I hope to go spelunking for it. So, because it'd be worth taking those out because they're really nice vampire-y, ghouly model type things. So it's like undead and something else. Start a giveaway. I'm not doing a giveaway.
I really want.
I paid 400 odd quid for that Kickstarter, and I only got 2 sets of models because I went to the fucking boot camp as well. So fuck that. At least I've got models.
I really want the shelving they have in our local little electrical store, which is just going around, so you don't need to pick up things. It's just an endless loop.
It's like one of those Romanian lifts.
Yeah. Paternoster.
They've been banned everywhere because they're fucking deadly. Well, I don't think people in certain Slavic countries care.
Well, they were very famous and prominent in Germany, and some are still in use.
It's very spiky, Crispin. Couldn't use them. Well, you could use them for that. But yeah, there's still a couple in use. You've one in Sheffield Uni. I thought all the UK ones had been decommissioned. Crispin. I mean, they're practically barbed. Going in wouldn't be bad. Hang on. I've actually got one here, which I have no idea why this one is sitting out, but has been for years now. And I'm going to say, I mean, it's like a broad-headed arrow. Can you see how wide that? I mean, obviously going in is fine.
Yeah.
But there's no taking out, especially not with those claws.
Fish bite hooks.
It's very much like a broad-headed arrow. But they were really nice figures. What a shame they came up with such an arse-about-face way of actually producing them. I mean, wasn't going to work. I should paint these. I won't paint these. Kidding myself. Let's put them back on the shelf with a dwarf, a vampire, and a lifter droid from Star Wars.
Oh, I think
And a 15 mil panther.
I think Ewok has caught up on what you're talking about.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll get there eventually. Anyway, so yes.
Speaking of shame.
Shame. Let's pray away the shay. Great for Kings of War, Dungeon Saga, and Vanguard. Correctamundo.
Shay.
This is just so people can give him abuse and to let him know that we're keeping an eye on him. And that, he played the Doomed. He's painted a thing. However, he's now decided to do terrible little creepy things.
And I'm pretty sure Justin is all for it.
I'm 100% certain Justin's all for it. And now I know that these exist, I should be encouraging Shay to blue tack them to the side and to the top of the thing that the monitor and shit sits on, so he'll just be out the corner of his eye. He'll occasionally spot one.
Oh,
yes, I got a new Dungeon Saga Crispin, but unfortunately it's not arrived yet.
So you're so mean at times.
November time. I'm not mean. There's nothing mean about that. 100%. That's not mean. But I will say, look at those creepy little fucking legs. Are those? They're quite nice.
Yeah,
I assume he's gone heavy-handed with the old dry brushing on the skulls. The creepy skull faces.
Hide them in the True Gamers Wargaming table.
Once John has finished painting it.
Oh God.
I left today and Justin was actually sitting there painting bits on it. So, how weird was that? Very weird. But yes, so these are some tiny little creepy things for the Doomed. Presumably he's going to use them as summoning things. I'd love to know what makes it true. I have no idea. I haven't been near it since we filmed the initial thing, where he was going, it needs to be like this to be accurate. And I'm going, why is there a big fucking orc thing on it? I haven't been invited back to film anything else with him since then. It's just been him and John explaining why this is dead on balls accurate for 40k fans or something. Ask Spandau.
It's a big fucking box of plastic.
Who knows? Who knows? I've seen it all laid out, and I looked at it and I went, there's not much cover on that board. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I look at it and go, oh, there's so much empty spaces. Surely put a few more buildings on there. A couple more walls. 40k is very tidy if it needs scattered gribbly bits and rubble mixes. Fuck yes.
Yeah, they are hiding the
They are.
head.
Is that because somebody may have mocked it?
Potentially.
Oh,
Mayhaps.
Well, I mean, that's never going to happen. Be thankful you might be able to lay your hands on a fucking table for it. Had a look at Mantic's new terrain crate stuff. I say had a look at it. Obviously, I've got it. Kickstarter. But Mantic are throwing out a prize for like a full board's worth. Actually, what they've said was like three of the retail packs, but I had the 3 retail packs out on the table in front of me today to film a wee bit to go on the weekender. I'm looking at it, I just went, you know what, we're going to do this as one prize, because then that's all your scatter, all your destroyed buildings, and an alien forest. You can literally fill a 6x4 with all of this. And so why split it up? just fucking one person is going to get a full sci-fi table's worth of stuff.
Nice.
Well, that's how that goes. Some lucky fucker this weekend.
I thought we
Anyway.
didn't like narrative tables for some reason. Too much stuff, apparently, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Can I get Mantic to sponsor Trainfest next year? It was, see, the only reason we have sponsors this year, like Sarissa and stuff, is because Ronnie spotted the Facebook post and they sent an email going, all right, guys, how can we get involved? And this was like 3 days before Trainfest started. I was like, I really don't want anybody to be involved. This is already blowing up. We just wanted to do some fucking buildings for a month and go, hey! And so, yeah, fast forward, frantic me emailing various companies going, do you want to be involved? And they've come back and Ronnie went, yep, fuck it, yep, we'll send you that. Actually, what Ronnie did, Ronnie in a very Warren way, tagged me in the email along with like 4 people from Mantic going, you and you, send them pictures, send them this stuff, sort this out, we'll work out a prize. They'll want some trade crate stuff as a prize, won't they? You can have that, yeah. And this was like a day before they left to go to Essen. So I could just imagine on their side, on my side, Warren's going, contact all these companies. And I'm going, oh, fuck, it's really late in the day for trade. I mean, it's the 29th of September and we start on Sunday. And at the same time, Ronnie's going, you're all leaving to fucking go to Germany tomorrow. Sort all this shit out now. You can see why Ronnie and Warren get on so well. It's like, these are fucking great ideas. Fuck all you cunts, you little people. So that's how that went.
And I guess some poor sort at Mantic then had to run around, steal some boxes and send them over.
I shuffled things because once Sarissa went, yeah, we'll give you some stuff and then send you the PDF of the book and shit. I was like, okay, cool. We'll do Sarissa for the first week, and then that means we can wait until people were back from Essen to do the other week. So we snuck the business daddy in between. It was funny.
Imagine if Ronnie was business daddy.
I mean, I wouldn't be saying you're not my real dad all the time. My real dad.
That would be like nitro and glycerin.
The GW stuff is what Tim wants to win. It's been a while since you've won a load of GW stuff, hasn't it, Tim?
Yeah, and the odd thing is this would be even more useless to me if I actually won, because most of it is the same stuff that was on the Conquest.
Oh, that's right, because you bought the magazine, didn't you?
Yeah,
like
I've shared with a friend.
Fucking
and
chimp. How could you buy that?
because of terrain.
Edges, a small wall, and a couple of barrels. Yeah, more or less, yeah. Like that. Pretty much.
Oh,
Anyway,
Crispin, I'm pretty sure I won't win.
I have no idea who's going to win. Me and Ben will have to sit down and go through the fucking project system.
Yeah, and by the rate my terrain project is going, it's not going anywhere currently. Speaking of terrain and orky pieces, where do we go?
Penis ship. I haven't seen the penis ship in forever, Crispin. It's like you don't love us anymore.
Chaos Gorka is doing Crisis Protocol?
Marvel Crisis Protocol Star Wars version TM. So yes, I just thought I'd throw this in so that people can go, oh look, what colour of beige is that on Grievous? What do we think, folks at home? Is it the only beige? What beige is the only beige?
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I will say though, I mean, we've talked about, because obviously Gorka does this as a living, doing the commission painting and stuff. So he has a very crisp style, but fuck me, it really comes out on Grievous. That, I mean, the armored parts of him just look superb.
Yeah, and the light effect on the sabers, especially the red one, is just...
Yeah, I don't know who she is. She looks a bit like Ventress, but she's fucking dead. and
well,
never
so is Grievous and Dooku and all the others.
Yeah, but they died during the Clone Wars. Yeah.
I'm still disappointed that they didn't include a Darth Maul on his spider legs in any of the games.
I was going to say, because this was the thing, didn't the spider legs come first?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Sith on spider legs with a double-ended lightsaber, and then people went from that to it could be Maul because nobody's seen him die. He just floated down there.
I remember him appearing in the animated series with the spider legs. I don't know if there was
no,
something...
he never appeared in the animated series with spider legs because Genndy Tartakovsky didn't have him in that because he was dead.
Yes, we
That's
know,
where, Ventress
grumpy old
appeared,
man.
and then got killed. Just saying. Got killed by a very angry Anakin. He got very annoyed. They are really nice models. Oh Jesus, the cost to do not just the different game, but then have to put together an entirely different scaled set of terrain for it, because you can't even reuse your Legion stuff.
No,
Because
not really.
it would look like you've invaded the land of the midgets. Look, just like the simulations. That's funny. I like that. All hologrammy.
He is a talented bastard. That we can't emphasize that enough.
Well, yeah.
What baffles me is that he actually found a way to straighten up all the lightsabers. Because I remember when they showed off the lightsabers, the miniatures first time for Shatterpoint, they were all crooked.
Protocol.
Yeah, sorry, slip of tongue there.
But they are hard plastic models, so I imagine the first time they showed them off were probably pre-production 3D prints, and hence the wobbliness. Because I mean, if you can't produce a straight line in hard plastic and make it straight, you have failed massively as a producer of miniatures. It's a really fucking simple. It's the easiest thing to do with hard plastic is to have it go in one end and go in a straight line with no interruptions.
Oh, Jill says production ones are bad too.
The production ones are... How the fuck are the production ones bad?
Are they even hard plastic?
Yeah, sure. They must be. All the Marvel Crisis Protocols are hard plastic. Why would they not make these hard plastic?
Steel cast may be cheaper?
Well, that is true. Oh, I'm really fucking baffled now. Jill, are they hard plastic? Do they come on sprues? Have they managed to fuck it up on a sprue? What's going on? I'm so confused.
For the price, James expects them to be gold-plated.
Well, I mean, they may not be gold-plated, but they could at least give me a reach around afterwards. Or humming my balls a little. Either or.
It's a happy end.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can understand when you're getting production models that are not perfect, but in promotional materials, somebody should have gone and straightened up the lightsabers.
Oh, I would be less annoyed. Well, no, I'd still be very annoyed. I was going to say I'd be less annoyed spending £25 for a figure and opening it to find it's got a bendy lightsaber if all of the promotional material had the bendy lightsaber than if I'd spent £25 after seeing pictures of lovely straight lightsabers and opened it and discovered it was bendy inside.
Well, the funny thing is, you only notice the bendiness if models were shown from a certain angle. So most of the
hard plastic.
The pictures looked good on first sight, but when the camera view changed, you saw that there were some very
hard plastic, but only
bad stuff.
1 mil thick shouldn't cause them to. The thing is, unless they're pressed, because you can get. I mean, you'll stress hard plastic, and you can bend hard plastic sprues in packaging simply because you've put two sprues or something together and it's pressing against it and then it's causing it to bow. And once you do that, because it'll stress it, it will just maintain that. But yeah, that's massively disappointing at the same time, hilarious and arousing.
Light's bendy, a well-known scientific fact. It doesn't like straight lines.
I mean, we'll not get into bending light. Say that.
Physics.
I mean, it can be done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Wow.
mean,
Wow. That's just words. Deep down in my heart,
revelations.
deep down in my heart of hearts, I always hated Star Wars Crisis Protocol anyway, because it is the beginning of the end for Legion. Where's that fire sale? But knowing that they managed to fail at fucking making a straight line is just great. If they're about millimeters thick, have you considered replacing them with
Might
acrylic?
have been that. I can't
Acrylic,
remember.
like I
I
did with,
remember thinking
thing.
the bastard made them so narrow you can't even drill them out and replace them with metal rod.
Because I replaced. Can you see me? If I do that, do I disappear?
No, we can see you. Hold on, I'll ambiguate you.
Oh, biggie let me! Oh Jesus! Oh my God!
Screen filling, Jerry. Yes, we see.
Can you see his little lightsaber?
Yes, the little one.
So that's a Legion one, but that's acrylic rod that I just replaced it with. And it's perfectly straight because it's acrylic. It sees through everything. It's good to go. Yeah, but that's Legion, so it should be much fucking easier to do on those big cants for Star Wars Crisis Protocol, which are like twice the size. You get I just got bags of red, blue, and green acrylic rod. Does glue on well. This one isn't glued on yet because I haven't got around to it. I drilled a hole in there, and then at some point I'll put super glue on it.
Won't acrylic rod be getting misty if you put super glue on it?
No. Oh, only if you do it in a very humid place.
Ah, okay. Replace them with Lego. Hello, Gray.
But I don't have to use. Hello. I don't have to use super glue. I could just use a drop of
Plastic cement.
No, fuck no.
Hand me a super glue.
No, stop calling out glues at me, or I'll punch you. PVA, in the same way you would do with a cockpit on a plane or helicopter, because it doesn't need to be load bearing, so it's self-supporting there. You just need something to tack it in place, and then that way you won't have to worry about frosting. But if I do it and it frosts, you can just hit it with a bit of gloss varnish. It'll take that off again.
Did you just casually drop a jerry can tip for the audience there using PVA on clear acrylics?
Everybody knows that.
I didn't.
It's how you avoid frosting on canopies if you're worried about it. A lot of the time, if you're not in a very cold or humid room and you do a small amount of super glue, you're fine. It shouldn't frost. But if you're either in a cold or a humid room and you go over the top with the super glue, you'll go all Beverly Hills Cop with the turtle. Where he used the super glue to get the fingerprint in the turtle's terrarium, whatever it's called. But otherwise, just use PVA. We go back to special glue from earlier? Not yet.
Well, we're going back to bases.
Just make somebody else do it, Jill. Bring them all to something. Did you go to Slut? Bring them all to Slut. I'll just sit the afternoon, just drill them all out for you. Fix them. Then that way I won't have to talk to anybody. Great. It's good times. Future Wash is good for canopies. Yeah, well, Future Wash is great for canopies. Not very good as an adhesive, though. Turtle Spaff will definitely frost your canopy. That is true. Turtle Spaff is a great name for a product, to be fair. I feel like if Turtle Wax don't patent Turtle Spaff, then they're missing out.
I now need some company doing a PVA-based glue like Mod Podge and call it Turtle Spaff.
I mean, ideally you would get the Turtle Wax people to get on board. They've already got most of the branding and design work done, and you don't want to run afoul of them.
Or we could just go to the guys and girls from Gorilla and make Gorilla Spaff.
Oh, well, that just gives people more an excuse to rub it in their hair. Pander, Age of Sigmar. It could be both. Yeah, I mean, we've already had Bolt Thrower and, you know, Oblivion and Wraith and all those other ones on the Warhammer record label, so why not? Why not go the whole way? Name your character Turtle Spaff and then have a spin-off band name after him.
Gorilla Spaff sold by the pint. Oh, please, let's go on to the last project of the day, because I really need to go to bed.
Sounds good.
Sillet Spath and Boom Your Bases are stuck.
I'm Barry Scott. Look,
Holly is continuing her lovely modular terrain wood things with MacLeods.
Yes. So, this is a load of alien plants from what those Mantic people are doing. You could win this along with a load of other stuff for the Weekender. Spoilers, by the way, for the Weekender. Shh. Don't tell anyone. Obviously, we had seen the I've got a load of alien plants. Here's my plans. Previously, there's been a few other bits done since then that we haven't looked at. Including the addition of a whole host of 11 secret herbs and spices for the basing, and some, I think, worm poop. I'm not saying worm poop in a turtle spaff kind of way. I think it's genuinely worm poop. You'll see it when you get further down after the weird aquarium plants that have been ordered. But this is classic. Here's how I do tree bases. This is how I used to make tree bases way the fuck back in the day. You get your hardboard, chipboard, or MDF, 5 mil or 3 mil, please, and then you bevel the edge, sand it down so you get a nice curve, and then build it up. Now those rocky, alien, crusty balls there in the middle, you'll go further down, you will discover that they were collected on a beach. They are the calcified leavings of a worm.
Yeah. Grand.
You'd say it all you want. There they are. Look at them. There's the explanation from where they come from. Little pebbles with hardened worm casts. Yep. Worm crawls in, worm crawls out. You can't explain that. Would be if Trade Fest was product, which is not. Otherwise, be selling it as opposed to having to endure it. It's different. Look at them. Look at the different sizes of worm crap. Tubular, tubular.
It's like when you go to the beach and see some of the worms just pooping out the little.
Yes. That's
the
exactly what it is. And then it's calcified. It's hardened and it's been boiled and bleached just in case there was any worm crap still inside. TM. To turn them into weird alien rocks. I'll give it to Holly. They do look like weird alien rocks. I mean, you see that and you're going, that's not right. Is that a rock? Oh, it can't be a rock. Oh, it is. Oh, right. No, it's not right.
I'll be interested in seeing how she's going to paint them.
Well, we have the big mood board at the end, which is great. Obviously, there hasn't been any response yet vis-a-vis using the codex and the alien plants from it. Imagine it's only a matter of time before the Seraphinianus. Seraphinianus? Is that its name? Is that what he called it? It is. Seraphinianus. Wow.
It's an anus.
It's an anus belonging to an angel, a seraph, if you will, one of the 9 choirs of angels, like a power, principality, seat, seraphim, cherubim. This one has an anus and it's filled with alien plants. I may well paint mine based on the seraphim anus because it gives me a chance to say seraphim anus a lot. That's good.
It needs a golden button to be discussed. And everybody
It's
needs
not real for you. Oh, that's true. You can get good money for one of those. I've just remembered I'm on some sort of podcast in the morning before work.
Oh no. You're starting to get internet famous.
Yeah. People must be fucking desperate. They've done the rounds. They've gone through actual famous people, and now they've hit the gaming equivalent of a reality TV star.
Once they start knocking on my virtual door, you know that's game over, and then everybody has been on.
Oh, Jesus.
Body of Christ, turtle spaff, and fossil worm turds. Suck on that, algorithm.
Good times.
Did I mention this video is for mature audience only?
I think so.
That's nothing on Catholic cooking channels. Oh, behave.
Be pure, be vigilant, behave. As the Manic said.
Yes, and because we're almost through with our tightly scripted 30 minutes.
Tightly scripted.
Yeah.
Hope that's not that fucking Hitler juice. Oh no, it's got cork. Thank God for that.
I need to introduce the brown lemonade.
I really hope not. You're
There's
not right.
one-
You're on that stuff yet.
There's one waiting in the fridge.
Oh dear God.
I
Your
was
family cope with you whenever you're high on Hitler juice.
I was tempted today because of the annoyance I had with my airbrush, so be lucky that coffee is the stronger ale.
I mean, you really shouldn't be indulging in brown lemonade midweek, not on a work night. Stick to something more mellow. Crack cocaine or meth.
I think I'll do... Oh, speaking of crack cocaine and meth, totally unrelated. Do you know the weird Netflix series that's short stories with Guillermo del Toro?
I know it exists, but I haven't got around to downloading it from the internet yet.
So-
Fuck you, Netflix. You're up there with YouTube.
There are some episodes based on stories by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, nice.
And I think it's the second to last episode that's not based on anything Edgar Allan Poe, and the story isn't really a non-existent part, but it's basically a design study on late 70s sci-fi movies.
Oh, wow.
It's so hilariously... It starring is Peter Weller.
RoboCop is in it.
Yes! He's playing the role of a multi-millionaire and inviting famous people into his very fancy house to experience something. And the reason why you reminded me, they are doing cocaine by the shovel on gold
why not?
plate.
And he is bald these days, isn't he, Peter Weller?
He has a long-haired toupee in that
Oh, does he?
episode.
Oh, that's a shame, because without it, he kind of looks like Jeff Bezos. I think they probably should have just went for the bald version. That would have been better.
It's
Buckaroo Banzai across the universe? Across
Cabinet
the
of
galaxy?
Curiosities. Yes, Ewok, that's the one. And most of the episodes are all more or less nice, but the one with the 70s thing is just... If you enjoyed any movie like Silent Running, Logan's Run, or anything,
Oh, yes.
go watch that. This is just... It absolutely bonkers. The story
Cool.
is really nothing to call home about, but the design is just... Blah.
Fancy.
But my wife got bored while watching that episode, and I just couldn't stop looking at it. It was beautiful.
I must go and have a look. Because I knew it came out, and then I'd completely forgotten about it. Without
Yeah,
ever
it's-
seeing it.
It's an odd collection of episodes. One has Ron Weasley in it,
Right. I've never seen the
the Harry Potters.
Harry Potters, so I know the character's name because he keeps appearing on fucking everything. And he was Ron Weasley in the thing. He's called like... No, I don't know his name actually. I'm lying to you. He has an ice cream van. He keeps appearing in memes because he used his money to buy an ice cream van, and presumably, because I've never seen him in anything since, that's how he makes his living now. Just going around the estate selling ice cream. But on that note, there was a Philip K. Dick anthology on Amazon, I think, a few years ago, called Electric Dreams, and it was quite good as well.
Oh, I think I've seen that one
A
as well.
lot of weird, sort of Black Mirror, like weird Philip K. Dick shit going on. But yeah.
Yeah. So give that a watch, and remember to where is it? Go and give money to the Doom Song.
No, I got a minute. Oh yeah, well yeah, do that as well. There's news just in from the front, and by the front I mean the multi-award-winning Moonstone. Alternate sculpt winner announced. Oh, I'm gonna have to scroll down. You're gonna tell me it's fucking somebody stupid I didn't want. It's Senara. They've gone for the upside-down dead mermaid. Why the fuck would they do that? Oh my
Smells
god,
fishy.
I hate you people. I hate you people so much. Your choice of 4 models, 3 you're already getting, 1 you don't get in this Kickstarter. Which one do you want? Oh, I'll have one of the 3 that we're already getting, please. So I've got 2 of them, but I can only ever play with 1. You're a fucking idiot, people. You are a fucking idiot. Why? Because people are, I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion it's because it kind of looks like Ringu, the creepy television crawling girl. She looks like that. She's creepily crawling upside down out of a well or something with the long hair. But then she's a mermaid, so she's got a massive fish tail hanging over the top, which kind of ruins the effect that she's crawling out of a fucking TV. But, not much I can do about that.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Not the weird cousin to Pingu. Very much so. Very much so. Anybody see the Elmo replacing Modib in Dune?
No.
No? Oh, I put it in Best House. Hashtag House Water.
Oh, God.
It was good. It's the bit where he has to put his hand in the gum bar.
What will happen? Elmo doesn't feel anything.
So, it cuts to flames everywhere. Elmo on fire. Shit like that.
That gif I know.
And then Elmo surrounded by fire with F, and then on the other side, ear, F, fear, coming together. It's fucking class. Can Elmo not do that? Anyway. Right.
Yeah. We all need to get to bed early because we're getting old, and Jerry needs to get up early again. And,
Yeah. It's for the Kind of Command podcast, so I'll be talking Warhammer.
Looking forward to that episode.
Bet Joshua isn't.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. He might have got more than he bargained for. Have to dig out my old white dwarves.
There will be much beep 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 beep.
No, I think it'll be fine. It's too early in the morning to swear too much. I need time to get into it. That's how that goes.
Well, I wish you have fun with that, and everybody else out there. Thanks for being here. Stop buying the wrong models. Give some money to decent people, and
Correct.
Play more Moonstone. Do battle reports.
Yep.
We need more battle reports.
All of that and so much more. Tatty bye, you gas cans.
And now, fuck off.